Yo, check it, got that new fire straight from the underground. What you need? This that real hip hop.
All right, folks, here we go, man. This is something different. Now, you know me, or if you've watched any of my videos, I've mentioned it before. I'm a fan of South Park, love South Park, but they've made episodes that I haven't even seen, which is weird. I feel like I'm living under a rock. I just have these blinders on where I don't see everything. What's going on, man? Hopefully you're tuned in right now because this should be good. I have a video here speaking about Katy Perry, man. And all right, folks, if y'all remember not too long ago, Katy Perry and a few other celebrities decided to go to space. So, South Park apparently took a take on that, and I have to see what's going on with this, man. Let's tune into the video.
So Katy Perry went to space and somehow made it less majestic. Think about that. She went to the edge of the Earth's atmosphere, a place most humans will never experience. And what did she do? She stared into a camera like she was filming a music video. Earth behind her, void in front of her, and still, it was all about her face. Welcome to 2025, where billionaires launch celebrities into orbit and celebrities launch their egos right back at us. This wasn't the space race, this was the clout race. And now South Park, bless their unfiltered, unbothered, beautifully toxic hearts, is about to drag every last one of them back to Earth. One brutal episode at a time. This is Woke Watch. Hit that like button, subscribe if you still believe in satire, and let's break down the cartoon takedown of the year. So here's the situation. April 14th, Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' pet rocket company, launched NS-25, a historic suborbital mission carrying 6 passengers. And by historic, I mean historic levels of cringe. This was...
Real quick, though, why did that launch just look fake? The launch just looked a little sketch. I didn't tune into too much of this, but it just didn't seem like it really went down the way they said it did. But we gotta let it ride.
Wasn't NASA. This wasn't Apollo 11. This was a vanity project with better lighting. The passengers, TV host Gayle King, former pro football player Ed Dwight, a couple of anonymous millionaire weirdos, and of course, Katy Perry. Yes, that Katy Perry. The pop singer, the I Kissed a Girl lady, the woman who once wore a cupcake bra to the Grammys. That Katy Perry. Somehow she ended up on a spaceship, and instead of using that moment to be inspired, humbled, moved, she used it to film content. She stares into the camera. Not at the Earth, not at the black void of space, at the camera. Because God forbid we go 5 seconds without a close-up. This is space, and she's treating it like it's the confessional booth on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And look, I want to be fair here. If this were just a tone-deaf moment, we could have laughed it off, but Katy Perry, queen of not knowing when to log off, doubled down. After people clowned her online, she posted a video compilation of the criticism, captioning it, "Imagine getting dragged for inspiring young women to explore space." Yes, you heard that right. She thinks people mocked her just because she's a woman. Not because she looked like a parody of an influencer.
You think people mocked you because you're a woman going to space? No, they mocked it because it was laughable and extremely hilarious. Going to space is like scientists and nerdy kids' dreams, and you made it into like a social media experiment, which is awful. But where's the South Park? That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the South Park.
Not because she made space look less cool than a TikTok dance. No, because she has 2 X chromosomes. That's the move now, isn't it? Do something cringy, get called out, and immediately scream sexism or misogyny or anti-woman, as if that magically makes the embarrassment go away. It's like a celebrity fire extinguisher, except instead of putting out fires, it just makes you look even more desperate. And right when you think the story's about to die, guess who shows up? South Park. The legends. The last remaining creators in Hollywood who don't care about your pronouns, your publicist, or your Twitter backlash. Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the guys who have been roasting celebrities since the late 90s and still haven't missed a beat, are turning Katy Perry's space
They do it every week, y'all. That's the thing. Like South Park was dropping every week. It was like SNL. They would gather information literally up to the last minute before putting together everything. Like that's how South Park stayed on top of everything. They're accurate as hell, bro. Love them.
Meltdown into an episode. And folks, it's going to be brutal. According to leaks, this is coming in
It
episode
hasn't come
4
out yet.
of South Park season 27. The plot? A satirical retelling of the Blue Origin flight where a group of celebrities, including parody versions of Katy Perry, Gayle King, P. Diddy,
Oh, he's
and
not
Jeff
gonna show it.
Bezos,
I gotta
are
find that
sent
episode.
into orbit under the guise of inspiring progress, but in reality are part of a secret Botox experiment in space. I swear I'm not making this up. Katy Perry's animated character reportedly gets her face injected mid-flight, and it starts melting in zero gravity. That's the level of parody we're dealing with. Her vanity literally collapses under the pressure of physics. That's not
Bruh.
just comedy, that's satire, that's poetic justice. Meanwhile, Jeff Bezos, satire, who South Park already roasted back in 2018 as a telepathic, power-mad alien, is back again. This
with the
time,
gaming
he's
thing, I
running the
think.
whole show. Bezos as the evil mastermind, shipping off celebrities into space to test luxury cosmetic procedures on their faces like some Bond villain with a beauty startup. And then there's Diddy. Remember,
Bro.
Diddy is currently drowning in scandal.
Not anymore. They've come to a conclusion on that if you didn't know.
Legal drama, conspiracy theories, mysterious raids. It's a mess. South Park is reportedly putting a Diddy lookalike in a space prison jumpsuit, floating through orbit with Perry and King, mumbling about secret lists and music deals. It's savage. It's completely unhinged. It's exactly what we need right now, but it doesn't stop there. Because this episode, it's just a warm-up. Trey Parker and Matt Stone are planning an entire arc of episodes built around 2025's biggest celebrity and political controversies. And Katy Perry's Space Meltdown is just the intro. There's also
gotta
a
check that out,
DEI-themed
bro.
special coming this summer, and I can guarantee Katy's going to show up in that one too. You see, South Park has figured it out. They've cracked the formula. If you just parody the exact real world as is without even exaggerating that much, it becomes the funniest thing imaginable.
Thank you. Thank you. Somebody said it better than I have ever said it before. Literally just parody what's going on just a little bit. You don't have to change too much of anything. Just change it just a little bit. And it's the funniest thing in the world. I've said it for years. In my mind, especially at work when I'm in the kitchen, bro, everyone is a character. And that just makes every situation so hilarious to me. Just change people into just funny cartoon characters in your mind. Don't change what they're saying, don't change what they're doing. Just change them into a character from one of your favorite shows, and I promise you, you will find even like the biggest argument or the most angriest fight, you'll find it hilarious, bro.
Without even exaggerating that much, it becomes the funniest thing imaginable.
Yeah.
Because reality has already become satire. All they have to do is draw it. Let's put this in context. In 2023, South Park dropped Joining the Panderverse, a ruthless takedown of Disney, gender-swapped reboots, identity politics, and the hollow shell of modern entertainment.
Oh my
They went
God,
after
what they
Kathleen
did?
Kennedy. They went after Bob Iger. They even made fun of themselves. That special went viral. It broke records. Why? Because it had teeth, because it didn't apologize, because it reminded us that comedy used to punch up, not grovel downward. And now, with season 27, they're bringing that same energy to celebrities like Katy Perry,
27
who treat
seasons.
spaceflight like a red carpet. These are the people who believe they're untouchable, who think their platforms make them immune to mockery. South Park is about to prove them wrong. Again. And you know what? It's overdue. Because the fact that someone could go to space and still find a way to make it performative, to turn a literal rocket launch into an opportunity for self-promotion, that tells you everything about our culture. This wasn't a scientific breakthrough, this was a content farm, a billion-dollar influencer stunt designed to manufacture inspirational clips for Instagram reels. And the kicker? Katy Perry still thinks she's the hero. She still thinks she inspired girls around the world. Meanwhile, the only thing she inspired was the South Park animation team to boot up Maya and start drawing her face melting off. The truth is, this is what happens when celebrity culture spirals out of control, when fame becomes a shield, when criticism is reframed as oppression, when going to space becomes less about wonder and more about branding. South Park saw that. They smelled the desperation, and
That's
they did
crazy,
what they
y'all.
do best. They pointed at it, laughed, and said, yeah, this is stupid. So here's what
Because
we've
we
got:
all did.
a billionaire rocket launch, a crew of fame chasing influencers, a pop star hijacking a scientific moment for clout, a backlash that gets reframed as sexism, a cartoon that drags every last one of them straight to hell. And if you think this is the end, it's not. It's only the beginning. Because every time a celebrity tries to reframe their cringe as a noble cause, every time someone rich and famous fails upward, every time a publicist tries to rewrite history in real time, South Park will be there holding up a mirror. And that
Love
mirror,
South Park,
it's
bro, for
brutal.
that.
Let me know what you think down below. Are you Team Katy, Team Bezos, or are you just here to watch the whole space shuttle of celebrity culture explode in glorious cartoon fire? Smash that like button. Subscribe if you believe satire still matters. And I'll see you
Yes, it
next time,
does.
right here on Woke Watch, where we don't just roast the stars, but we roast the ones in orbit too. Because even in space, you can't escape the cringe. Not when Katy Perry's staring into the camera like it's American Idol, and Jeff Bezos is treating zero gravity like a brand launch. This wasn't a
Okay.
mission to space, but it was a red carpet in orbit.
Bro, listen. So I have not seen that South Park episode, and I don't know why. Now I feel like I need to just go ahead and start watching them again. I'm usually working, so the things that I used to enjoy doing to kill time, I have to find the time to do them now. So that's why I haven't seen it. But I honestly thought there were going to be clips of that in here, and that's not the case, but that's okay. Now, back to this whole freaking Blue Origin thing. Y'all see that? Did you guys watch that? I did not watch the entire launch. I saw the clips like everyone else, um, little pieces here and there, and it was a tough watch. It was a tough watch, bro. Like I'm watching celebrities go to space. Why? Why? And in 2025, why are we sending celebrities to space? I don't care. I already don't care about them as celebrities. It does not affect my life or make anything in my life better knowing that these millionaires are going to space for fun and for photo ops. It doesn't do anything for me. Um, and then, yeah, I definitely heard about how she was upset and how she was saying no one no one liked the Blue Origin situation because it was a bunch of women. Bro, are you serious? You couldn't find anything else to say. That had to be it. That just has to be it. It can't be because this is a waste of time, because people see this as a waste of money and scientific research and all these other things it's a waste of. Nah, it's not that. It's simply because there's double X chromosomes and you're on a freaking spaceship. Like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I truly cared about any of those women going to space. No scientific achievements were done. Nothing great happened. And honestly, if you really want, if you seemed a little sketch, that's all. Just seemed a little sketchy to me. Real sketchy. Seemed a little sketchy, bro. Y'all really went to space? Or were we just testing out the limits of certain equipment that is now in use for your public consumption? I don't know. We don't really know. What I do know is I will be tuning into that South Park episode. 100%. I will be. I got to get back onto the South Park, man. I'm talking about I used to be locked in every what Saturday or Wednesday when it would come out. They changed up over the years. And then there was one time when I thought South Park like ended completely. I think it was like the 25 years. I thought they ended. Bro, I was sick. I was sick. I was like, no, South Park is done. I think they just took a little hiatus. But they came back stronger than ever. And what he said is true. What he said is true. They take exactly what's happening, switch it up just a little bit because it's about facts, right? Satire is hilarious to me. Change it up just a little bit, and everything becomes laughable. It's not that it's not a serious situation. It's not that it's not important. None of those things go out the window. But the fact that now we can laugh at it because now you can easily take in what's really happening. Like, bro, that's really what happened. There have been tons of times when I've watched an episode of South Park and I didn't know what was going on in the world or in that specific situation until I watched South Park. Watched the episode, died laughing the full 25, 30 minutes. And then I go back and I look up like, oh my God, no, they really did that. They really was doing this. They really said this. Brittany Watch? Brittany Watch. Look, if you never seen South Park, do your research on that episode, man. It's a little much for some people, but when you think about it, bro, that's what happened. They changed it up just a little bit. And boy, was that Butters? Bro, it was a good episode. But yeah, I'll be back for more. Woke Watch seems to have some pretty detailed information. So I'm gonna definitely stay tuned for this. If this is right up your alley and you know what's up, man, show love to the channel. Click, click, click. Let me know in the comments what comes. Like, what do we do after this? Or is there like an order of things, or just any woke watch video will do? Either way, man, if you're here for more, let me know. But until next time, peace. Have a good day, y'all.
Perfect.